Welcome to the Friday Casebook. Thanks to Roger Casale, the founder of the civil rights organization New Europeans, we are going to find out what happened in Europe and the world this week. Hi, Roger. Good to see you.
Hi, Lena, and hi to our audience.
Who or what is the elephant in the room?
One of the things that needs more attention is the fact that so many people are dying of COVID outside Europe. We're seeing a lot about India, and there's a tsunami of cases in India, 400,000 cases, new cases every day. Nearly 50% of the fatalities from COVID worldwide are happening in India at the moment, and it's an absolute tragedy. But I think we also need to keep an eye on what might be happening in Africa. There is a World Health Organization, European Union, French-sponsored initiative called COVAX, which is supposed to be getting vaccines to Africa. A vaccination program has started in Africa, but it's moving ahead very, very slowly. But it's hard to criticize African countries for a slow rollout of the vaccine program when they haven't got vaccines in the first place. They don't have enough vaccines in Africa. And even countries such as Rwanda and Ghana and Senegal that have been pushing the vaccination. This is a woman being vaccinated in Ghana. They've only got to 8 out of 100 people in the population who've been vaccinated, whereas in the UK, for example, it's 71 out of 100.
But the UK is also an exception, I guess, in that sense.
That's high compared to, the UK is high compared to Europe, but Africa is still very low. And the fear is that this new mutant variant in India could spread to Africa with similarly devastating consequences. India became very complacent about the COVID, and there's a lesson there for Africa as well. The trouble with complacency is that it is too late. By the time it hits you, it's often too late to do something about it, and that seems to be the case in India. The tragedy of lifting measures too early. India is a warning to the world.
What else caught your eye this week?
Well, this week is the 200th anniversary of the death of Napoleon, and Emmanuel Macron and his wife went to pay their respects to Napoleon at Les Invalides, at the giant tomb of Napoleon in Paris. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about Napoleon, but one of the members of New Europeans, who's a professor in London, Russell Foster, put a lovely blog up with fun facts about Napoleon. I hadn't realized that Napoleon, of course, did some good things and some bad things. One of the little known bad things that he did was to pass a law which meant that women were not only able to publish anything without the permission of their husbands. And that was a law that was in place in France until 1965. You can see why Simone de Beauvoir didn't want to marry Jean-Paul Sartre. But he was an avid reader. He read all the time. He read many books a week, Napoleon, and presumably none of them by women, unless they'd been authorized by the women's husbands. And he even wrote a book himself. Apparently it was not a very good one. So there are these little known facts about Napoleon, which, thanks to Russell Foster, are coming to light. And the final fun fact to share with our audience is that Napoleon is the historical figure about whom most has been written, and he's also the figure about whom there have been most films made. If you do a name check of historical characters in films or in books, Napoleon easily comes out on top. And by Russell's calculations, you'd have to read for 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, for the rest of your life to be able to stand a chance of getting through all of the books that have been written about Napoleon. 200 years since the death of Napoleon, and his legacy, of course, lingers on.
Who is on the naughty step, Roger?
On the naughty step this week, we have an unknown person, a farmer actually, the unknown Belgian farmer, who decided single-handedly to move the border, the Franco Belgian border by 7 feet to the into France, thereby making Belgium bigger and France smaller. And this hasn't happened since since the 1930s, of course. And this border stone, which was placed there in 1819, was not in the way of his tractor, apparently. Napoleon would be turning in his grave, I think, if he knew about this. And it has caused great hilarity, actually, across the world. There was even an article in the New York Times about this. And the two local mayors, one from Belgium and one from the little town on the other side of the border in France, they're thinking of setting up a border commission, or failing that, trying to contact the farmer and get him to put it back again. But I thought we were supposed to be getting rid of borders altogether in Europe. So I'm not quite sure that it's fair to have the unknown Belgian farmer on the naughty step. But I just wanted to draw attention to what's going on between France and Belgium at the moment. I'm sure they will settle it amicably, as opposed to the border dispute that seems to be going on between Britain and France over fishing rights in Jersey, which apparently required Boris Johnson to send 2 warships off the coast of Cherbourg. But that may be more to do with the fact that there are local elections in the UK today.
So in your opinion, Roger, who is the star of the week?
Time to make David Sassoli, the President of the European Parliament, star of the week. And what qualifies him for that is that he's on Vladimir Putin's naughty list. Vladimir Putin has decided that 8 top EU officials, including Commissioner Vera Jourova, are persona non grata in Russia, and including David Sassoli. And apparently David Sassoli, when he heard about this, he said, whoopee, fantastic, hooray. And we congratulate him, we thank him for speaking out against the authoritarian regime in Russia, or rather, as David Sassoli put it in an article, the dictatorship of the majority, quoting Alexis de Tocqueville, who was a historian at the time of Napoleon, came back to Napoleon again and saying how even if you have a democratic election, you can still behave in a dictatorial way towards minorities, as Putin is doing. And this is apparently what's irritated Putin and put David Sassoli on Putin's list of 8 officials. And we'll publish the list underneath this, underneath today's Friday Casebook. We'll publish the list of those 8 names. But David Sassoli is our star of the week for getting himself into the onto the list of 8 names of persona non grata in Putin's Russia. He must be doing something right.
What's coming up?
9th of May is Europe Day. We will be celebrating Europe Day, pushing our new membership platform. We encourage everybody to sign up and to ask not what Europe can do for you, but what you can do for Europe. Join us in helping to guarantee and safeguard democracy, human rights, and the rule of law in Europe. And our partner organisations, the European Cultural Foundation, are promoting many initiatives across Europe on Europe Day. We'll put all the information on our website and in the comment box underneath this video. And we also want to give a plug to Virginia Fumey and Humans and all of the organisations that have clubbed together to create the promotion of all the European Citizens Initiatives, 11 European Citizens Initiatives that are currently active, with EU Sign Day on the 9th of May. And again, we'll put the information there. You can sign all 11 European Citizens Initiatives if you agree with each of them in a EU Sign Day on Europe Day, 9th of May. But really, Lena, every day should be Europe Day. Europe is our common home. Europe is the space which guarantees our rights. And so let's decide this year to make every day Europe Day.
Yes, sounds like a wonderful plan. And if you want to help our movement, help the work of New Europeans, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a member of New Europeans. Thank you, Roger, for this Friday Casebook, and see you all next week.
See you next time. Bye for now.